My name is Glenda Cox, and I am the UNESCO Chair in Open Education and Social Justice. I am an academic at the University of Cape Town, South Africa. I became chair at the end of last year. The theme of improving education for a more equitable world aligns with my ongoing research on the role of open education to increase access and representation in knowledge production. I would like to share some research undertaken as part of the Digital Open Textbook project that has run at UCT since 2018. Open education has a crucial role in transforming knowledge for a just and sustainable future. Open is based on the philosophical view of knowledge as a collective social product and the desirability of making it a social property. Educational materials published under an open license are called open education resources. When digital education materials become open resources, they are converted back into public goods. And over 2 billion openly licensed materials are currently published online. David Wiley, a leader in open education, says that open education resources are far better aligned with the core values of education than materials published under all rights reserved traditional copyright. This closer alignment creates opportunities for less expensive, more flexible, more effective education. The digital has enabled access to sharing with open licenses to help meet challenges across the world. Open licenses such as Creative Commons. According to political philosopher Nancy Fraser, social justice is a concept that requires the organization of social arrangements that make it possible for everyone to participate equally in society. Fraser considers social justice as a participatory parity, economically, culturally, and politically. She says that social and institutional arrangements can either enable or constrain participatory parity from 3 dimensions. The economic, which relates to the maldistribution and redistribution of material resources. The cultural, which relates to the misrecognition and recognition of cultural attributes. And the political, which relates to political voice and contains 2 levels of injustice, misrepresentation and misframing. Efforts to work towards social justice must thus involve all 3 of these dimensions. All 3 conditions are necessary for participatory parity, and none alone is sufficient. The open textbook has the affordances to serve as a platform or mechanism through which to save money for students, to incorporate the voices of collaborators and students, politically challenge the status quo, shift power dynamics, and address issues of relevance, decolonizing where necessary and countering existing publishing models. One of the University of Cape Town open textbook authors used her open textbook development process to bring in female and black voices in a very direct attempt at shifting existing power dynamics, with the hope that this would empower students to have a voice, contribute to the canon in their field, and realize the power in publication. She also expressed how she was using the open textbook as a process through which to change her approach to her course and include persons' own embodied experience and their lived realities. The power of open education is not only in the product, the real promise of this work is in the process. If we are going to solve the world's biggest problems, for example, climate change, then the knowledge about them must be open. If our aim is to improve education, then we need to embrace openness as a mechanism for everyone in the world to have access to quality resources. I invite you to share your teaching and learning resources, be they course materials, lecture videos, slides, open textbooks, with open licenses, to support students and other lecturers in other institutions that may be less well-resourced. Open licenses allow the users of materials to reuse, redistribute, revise, remix, and retain them. The creation of these materials is a perfect opportunity to include students as partners in the design, authoring, and evaluation of your teaching materials.